integrating, we are active in the field of Industry 4.0, digitalization, automation, robotics. And we developed this little box here we're going to present, among others. And show a business case that we are actually currently working on.
Reset. I told it.
Continue talking? No. There you go.
Okay. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we really appreciate that we can tell you something about the project Arxum. So many of you are entrepreneurs, or maybe thinking about starting your own business. And for example, Laura. She works as a software developer for a company, but she would rather like to start her own business. So she had got an idea. She developed an app in order to be able to control an electronic lock, so that you can lock or unlock a bicycle with this. But now she can program the app, but she has to find a producer who could produce this lock, an electronic lock. And so she starts searching in the internet, and finally she found Mike. And Mike is the manager of a leading producer of electronic locks. And he receives Laura's request, and now he has to contact his suppliers. He has to communicate with them via telephone, email, or post, because he works in a very fragmented IT landscape with very complex processes. Then he has to finalize a contract with Laura, and then route this production order through the ERP system, send it via post or email to his suppliers, and they also have to route it through complex IT systems, ERP systems, and manufacturing execution systems, before the lock can be produced, and finally the lock will be produced. And then once again, Mike has to hire a forwarding agent in order to send this lock to Laura. So she finally receives the product, but then still the invoicing process has to happen. So today's manufacturers suffer from complex processes. They struggle to deliver individualized products as cost of mass production, and they have a lack of visibility in the total supply chain. So they all dream of a fully interconnected manufacturing process with visibility in the supply chain, so that they can deliver individualized products at the cost of mass production. This is confirmed, this need of an interlinked production network is confirmed by all major strategy consultants. McKinsey, Deloitte, KPMG, Boston Consulting, they predict that in the next couple of years, 250 billion of US dollar will be spent in IoT applications in order to drive this technology forward.
So why can't we use blockchain, for instance, for that? When Laura sends her invention as a blueprint or CAD schematic to the manufacturer, she needs a protection that her design doesn't leak. We can use the blockchain, whether it's public or permissioned, to get transparency on the process. There is an interoperability within the blockchain, as all the API to connect with the blockchain is the same for all of them. Security and trust down to the machine level. When we put in an IoT device into a production machine, then the production machine becomes a cyber-physical system. And what we have in here is a hardware wallet. So suddenly this device, the production machine, can insert transactions into the blockchain, and there's no manual intervention anymore between the transaction persisted in the blockchain and the actual physical process happening in the machine. So we put all that in Ricardian smart contracts, where you can put in much more information than just in a normal smart contract, for instance, quality standards, social standards, and things that need to be adhered to. And finally, there's the escrow and payment, which is possible with a smart contract.
So nowadays, the ERP system is a leading system. So, but do you really think that big players like SAP and Oracle are interested to work together on a common standard? We think you need a disruptive approach, and so therefore we introduce the Arxum production network based on a standardized Arxum production protocol that connect all relevant suppliers on a machine level basis. So inventors, prosumers, manufacturers, clients are connected to the production network, like already shown in the example, based on the standardized protocol and the Arxum connection box, or a direct software connections to the manufacturing execution system. Manufacturers are connected to the platform, and also you could in the future think about sales support, like establishing a connection, for example, to Amazon or whatever marketplaces who are help you to support sales. So think about our example. How would it be in the future? So Laura started a request to the Arxum production network. She got a list of potential suppliers and manufacturers, and then a smart contract is established between all involved parties, and the production process will be executed. The suppliers are interconnected via the Arxum connection box to the production protocol, and interfaces to ERP, to manufacturing execution systems, deliver the relevant information to these systems. Also, the log will be produced, the forwarding agent also integrated via a smart contract in this production process is automatically delivering the product to Laura after payment has been settled to all relevant parties. So, and finally, she receives her log, it's paid, and the process totally finalized. The benefits of this are clear.
So, basically, we can protect her intellectual property by sending the information only to relevant stakeholders within the smart contract. We can hash the files, see the security store, who was initiating which IP, providing which IP, where has it been distributed. Particularly, we can drive down costs because we eliminate a lot of manual interaction, sending emails, faxes, telephone calls, all that. With framework contracts where social and quality standards are already predefined. We increase the processing speed because it's not going through the main assembler and then back to the other suppliers. They all receive their share of what needs to be done at the same time, and they get the transparency into the state of the production of the suppliers. We have an end-to-end visibility. And finally, the point is all about what Industry 4.0 is all about, producing mass customized products. So customized, personalized product at the price of mass production.
Yeah. For a successful business, it's important that the interests of all relevant stakeholders are aligned. And this is established by the Arx token. The Arx token is needed to execute each smart contract, so that needs to execute each production orders. Manufacturers who will be interconnected to the production network provide a registration deposit in Arx. Clients with Arx deposit receive advantages within the network via a premium membership. Payment with Arx leads to price discounts on transaction fees and on software licensing fees for interfaces to existing company IT. And we also implement airdrops and rewards in Arx in order to help to adopt early users, early manufacturers, and to reward active users and introducers. So the management team behind this startup comes from the industry. We have got a background in growing companies from 0 to up to 300 million euros. Our background is IT, communication, technology, and process automation. Arxum is a spin-off of an existing company, Arxum Process Automation, like you already mentioned at the beginning from Markus, with a 30 years history in the field of process automation. And there are a couple of people from blockchain knowledge, from industry, process automation, and also design and marketing and sales, who support this project and who were involved in this project, who to help us to make Arxum a successful business. We have got active research and development cooperations with very well-known universities and research institutions. So, for example, RWTH in Aachen, Karlsruhe Institut for Technology, DFKI, Deutsches Forschungsinstitut für Künstliche Intelligenz, so research for artificial intelligence. And we have got also established relationships to very well-known clients like Volkswagen, like BMW, like Audi, Continental, Philips, and so on and so on. And just to give you an idea about the potential of this business, so if you take, for example, Continental, so they have got material expenses related to the production of their products of 17 billion euro per year. So just to imagine, this could be routed through such a production network, which would help them to reduce costs. That shows you this big market where we are talking about. Yeah, so where are we? The Arxum Connect box is developed and ready to connect device machine. We will show you an example right now. And we still have got ongoing research cooperation with industry partners, like, for example, Bosch Infineon. And we have started also with them first initial talks about introducing Arxum Connection Box in combination with blockchain. So we have research and development cooperation with them about the future of manufacturing, and it's a very good fit to integrate this concept in these corporations.
So actually we would have liked to bring the case with us. There are two reasons why we couldn't do that. The first is that the user interface that we are currently working on is not yet connected to the blockchain system. The blockchain itself is already working, the blockchain connection from the box is already working, and we have a production machine, which is, in this case, a small little portable laser graving machine, and this is the second reason why I couldn't bring it. There's not yet a protective screen around it. I think this doesn't really work. Anyways, there's an interface where, for instance, Jane or whoever it is can manage her products, and the one that we are targeting for the moment is this popular beerwood coaster. So just take the next slide. So she can, for the moment, she can customize it a little bit. She can choose a form, a circle or a square, and she can put in a name. So that is really customized on the product. She will get some text written on her personal beer coaster. So what's happening actually, we create a smart contract. As I said, currently this is only on the command line, which is inserted into the blockchain. So in all necessary information, the selected product form, the customization text, and actually the one who's getting the offer, who got the offer, is contained in that smart contract. So the little box is scanning the blockchain and said, oh well, there's something for me to be done. It reads this contract from the chain, extracts the information, and then starts processing. In this case, somebody has to put in the right form and push the start button. If you imagine another machine, a 3D printer, for instance, for shoe parts or whatever, that could actually work fully automated. And during the graving, during the graving process, the box or the production machine, the cyber-physical system, inserts transactions into the blockchain. For instance, okay, the order has been accepted by the machine, the production has started, or it's the end of production. Obviously, what exactly needs to be inserted depends on the use case. And all that is produced. And then there's a little beer coaster coming out. I have one with me. And in fact, this beer coaster does contain everything that is that has been graved on it. It's a small thing. And for instance, a transaction ID. So what we can do is we can, with this blockchain interaction, we can say, okay, there's a proof of existence. This product does exist, and there's an ownership attached to it. There's an ID, it's a customization. The ID itself is one customization on that, and we have a proof of ownership on that. So if you take it further to industrial products, dual-use goods, or firearms, whatever, you can not produce anything without anyone knowing it. And we have a little video that shows how it's processing. Does it do anything? Yeah. And I would reckon that by the end of the week, we have it more or less ready, and we publish a little video on the whole thing. And what we are actually aiming for is that we really bring this to a public accessibility, so that the production machine is publicly accessible, so you can produce a little beer coaster, and we have to find out that we have to set up a little infrastructure so you can send it, you can get it really manufactured for you. So the connection from the box to this little very simple laser grading machine is working. The blockchain interaction is working. We're still working on the user interface, and that will be ready very soon.
Okay, I think we have already explained why blockchain had a lot to do with documenting the production process so that it's traceable afterwards. It has a lot to do with visibility in the supply chain, in more complex processes, and with payments, secure payments. So we are also planning an ICO. So we have just launched a project description which is published on our website. The white paper is coming soon. And yeah, we would be happy if you follow us and our project under the Telegram channel, and looking forward to establish a very successful business based on this Arxum production protocol. Thank you for your attention.